am I actually streaming at a reasonable time when the sun is still out? Wow. Hi everyone, IDK Wada. I have to ask, why do you always say GTG when you show up? Are you meaning it as in like gotta go, like you're just dropping by to say hi and then you're leaving? Or are you trying to mean something else? I'm so puzzled. You're streaming while the sun's out, but still in sleepy clothes. Well, okay, so I was gonna go outside today, but then I didn't. So I was like, I'm not gonna get dressed. Yeah, that's the story. I know, right? Apparently, China makes like 80 to 90% of the world's garlic. So I was thinking I need to go and get some garlic and freeze it or something, you know? Because, like, I don't want to live in a world where I can't get my garlic onto my food. But then I got lazy and I felt like I needed to stream. So now I'm here. So, art skills are tripled during daytime. What? We'll have to see about that one. We'll have to see. Okay, so let's pull up chat on here so I can start watching today's Love Life Drawing video. Twitch. Yeah, they use a lot of prison slave labor to peel them to the point the prisoners use their teeth to peel it because their nails come off from the way garlic softens their nails. What do you mean? I've never gotten any garlic that was pre-peeled. Or do you mean like the way I buy them in the bulbs is already peeled? Or that's disturbing. There's a whole industry for it. And that's wild. That's not good. And so you're saying like these are like the peeled garlics, right? Not like, I don't know, the ones that you buy in the little mesh nets that are like whole garlics? I'm so sleepy. I'll have to look up the name of the docuseries. I had an episode about it. Yeah, send it to me. It sounds very interesting. I'll totally watch it after my exam. They use prisoners for other stuff too. Yeah, I mean, we use prisoners for a lot of stuff and pay them like cents per hour. I guess prisoners are an easy to exploit source of labor. Figuary. Alright. While saying they don't use prisoners, and these prisoners aren't being paid, it's straight up slave labor. Yeah. I mean, they're in prison. What are they gonna do about it? I mean, they're in China. What are they gonna do about it? China's really shady. And I thought we all knew that. But I guess not. I don't know. Like, I thought it's been very established that the Chinese Communist Party, like, lies about everything constantly. But for some reason, lately, everyone's just been reporting numbers from China as if they're, like, the truth. They're like, coronavirus cases went up today, or coronavirus cases went down today. Like, but none of those numbers are real in the first place. It's ridiculous. And everyone's like, why would China lie? Like, what do you mean? They've lied about everything for the past, like, forever. This is so weird. Like, this is exposing a whole new side of humanity to me. The fact that people don't think China's lying. Like, what? My dad's been telling me for years. Like, he lived in China for a while. And I kind of worry about him because he keeps talking to me about how, like, I keep trying to convince my friends that, like, China's wrong, but, like, nobody believes me. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? Someone tried to expose them, and there's practically a mob around the garlic industry in China. It got bad. Myth Dad, stop that. I know. He's just, like, too smart. He's like, I see all this corruption going on, and I wanna let everybody know. I'm like, no! Thankfully, he's in the US now, so he's safe, hopefully. Anyway, let's get into, ooh,
Guys,
it's the 21st. It's critique day. Love critique day. All right, let's turn off the music and then get into today's video. 10-minute video. Sewing a box, that's fun. Not so smart, lol. You know, I relate too hard. Like, when you know things, it's pretty damn hard to keep your mouth shut as you see the idiocy around you.
Made it to the week 3 feedback video. This is day 21. If you've got through 20 days of Figuary, that means you're one of the tough ones, the ones with perseverance, so well done to you. Because this is a tough challenge, and actually next week it's going to get even tougher, but we'll talk about that later. So let's look at some of the drawings from this past week, especially the foreshortening. The first one I want to look at is Koshka. Now Koshka, the thing that I really like about Koshka's drawing is Koshka did not shy away from keeping the thing that's near us, which is the legs, big, and the thing that's further away, the head and the torso, small. So did not undo those elements of the foreshortening. But the element of the foreshortening that I think was undone was the shortening. Like, I think that Koshka elongated the legs down. So there's two things that can happen when we are dealing with foreshortening.
Wow, this is like wild. I was looking at it and I was like, I don't know, I don't see anything wrong with it. And then like I see the fix that he did and I'm like, holy crap. It makes such a difference. I feel like that's one of the main parts I need to work on is just, you know, doing more, looking more, and then you need to like develop an intuitive sense.
Shortening. One is we get the shortening, but then we make everything too narrow and small and we just shrink everything. And we'll see some examples of that later. But the other thing that can happen is that you undo the shortening and you stretch out and lengthen the foreshortened thing. In this case, I felt like the legs had become much longer than they needed to be. So keep the width and the volume, which is great, and the general size is great, but then just shorten it down because that's what the foreshortening is doing. The other thing that I liked that Koshka did was have some kind of cross contour lines around the thigh and the legs and stuff. But just be careful not to make those cross contours too shallow. Because, you know, if you ask someone to draw something, you know, like cylindrical, say, from an angle and draw the cross contours around it, they'll often make the curves very shallow. But you've got to remember that these curves have to go all the way around. So they're going to get quite deep. You know, as you approach the edges of what you can see, the curves get quite deep. We're going to see an example of someone doing that quite effectively later on. Overall though, I liked the drama in Koshka's drawing because, you know, the legs were kept big, the torso small, kind of exaggerated that aspect of the foreshortening, so it was kind of dramatic and interesting. Okay, next up is Clifton. Clifton has been making leaps and bounds progress throughout Figuary, and I think did a really good job with this difficult pose, figuring out the basic proportions and simple shapes. So the one thing I wanted to say to Clifton is that he had some quite strong contrast and clear edges on some of the stuff that was further away, like on the legs and on the hand and stuff like that. And the stuff that was nearer, like the shoulders and the head, had less contrast, maybe slightly less clear-cut edges. And you kind of want to flip that around so that the strong contrast and the clear edges are on the stuff nearer to us, and it's a little bit vaguer on the edges, maybe a little bit less contrast on the stuff further away, to help give that illusion of depth. Otherwise though, well done.
What's happening in this drawing? Oh, I guess I'm like blocking some of it. Maybe I should move over my video. Maybe I'll just turn off my video for now. Whee! Hopefully that makes it a little clearer. Yeah, what? It's like shoulder, arm coming out, leg, forward, back, hand.
To Clifton. So these drawings are by Leslie, and she's done all the hard stuff well. You know, these are tough, unusual poses, and here Leslie has got the proportions in place, got the basic structures in place, dealt with the foreshortening. But Leslie could now start to improve her marks and her curves so that they're more dynamic and interesting. And I'll show some examples in a second by Adam of how you can use more interesting dynamic curves to make you, if you've done all the hard stuff already, it's now just a matter of making the drawing more energetic and fun with these curves. So these are Adam's drawings, and these are the kinds of lines I mean when I say bringing out more movement and flow and more dynamic energy into the curves. You know, we talked yesterday about having a vocabulary of gestural curves, and I think Adam has a good vocabulary of gestural curves. Look at how that line comes down the thigh, and then he's emphasized how it flows into the one down the back of the calf. Doesn't that look cool and interesting? And then down the foreshortened arm, he has those, we talked about how the gesture stops flowing down the arm, but around the form then. And so he brings out those curves. And so, you know, where does Adam bring emphasis to his marks? What kind of lines is he using? You know, for the upper arm, there's a slight outward curve to your upper arm. And so instead of just kind of using straight lines, you can exaggerate that a little bit. And the same in the forearm, it tapers off down to the wrist. And also there's a little bit of an outward curvature to it. And those are the kinds of things that you can bring out and emphasize that character of these different parts of the figure. And that's something that I think Adam's done really well. And I wanted to include that for Leslie, who I think has done all the difficult stuff and now could start to have fun with these kind of curves. And also I have Adam here for his cross contour line around that thigh, because he really did get the depth of the curve. And one way that the way he did that is he went all the way around, including the part of the curve that we can't see around the back of the thigh. So that's a nice way of doing it. So nice examples from Adam. Thank you, Adam. So here's a drawing from Daniel. Daniel's a very skilled artist, great marks, wonderful drawings. I just wanted to pick out this one drawing where I thought something could be improved. So on this one drawing, I felt like, you know, we'd looked earlier at how Koshka had kept the volume and size of the legs, but undone the foreshortening by stretching them out. Here, I think that Daniel has got the shortening, but at the same time shrunk the legs so that they have less volume in them. So that is the other thing that can happen with foreshortening. If you get how short things are, maybe you do some measurement and you make sure that you get, you know, you don't elongate it, but then you might make the whole thing too short, too small. So you make it less wide, you take the volume out of it. So we just wanted to bring that volume back. You know, just because it's foreshortened doesn't mean it's smaller. It's still got all the volume there. It's not shrunk, it's just shortened, but still got volume. And we want to really emphasize the volume that it still has. So bringing out the butt, the calf was shrunk down a little bit. So that was the main thing for Daniel. Otherwise, what a beautiful drawing. And here are Sophia's drawings, a successful set of drawings overall, but I think Sophia had that same issue like Daniel with this one, where she got the shortening, but then shrank the legs generally and lost the volume in them. So just wanted to bring back some of that volume, keep it wide, keep it voluminous, use those cross contours to really feel the volume there. I kind of wanted to see more people using cross contours because I feel like they really help with keeping and feeling the volume in these foreshortened limbs and stuff. And then the only other thing for Sophia was in this pose, one of the legs is coming back and one is coming forward, and it wasn't immediately clear to the eye that that leg is going back. You need to give the viewers some clues, right? Because they're looking at this thing on a 2D surface and we want them to think it's 3D. And so how do they know that that leg is coming back? One way is you could add that shading. You know, you could add the cast shadow from the one leg onto the other leg, and that makes it clear that that one leg is going back. Or, because this is just a quick drawing, why not just put down those cross contours around the leg, and that will make it instantly clear that it's going back. If you don't want to do that, because the cross contour lines aren't really there, then you could draw the knee and emphasize, the curvature across the top of the knee or something like that, to kind of be a cross contour line and to show which way the leg is going. But you do need to kind of clarify what's happening to the viewer. You need to communicate the basic information, and here the basic information is that leg is going back. So you've got to give them some clues about that. What a great set of drawings, guys. Another amazing week looking over the Instagram posts and the post on the community. I can't wait to see, this week we've got some challenges. It's going to be tough because we've got clothing. And last year we had some controversy with a moving model. And so we're going to bring that back this year a little bit. And we're going to look this time at how to actually deal with that. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be tough. And just before you guys get on with your practice sessions, just a reminder that our course, which is really powerful and effective for building your foundational observational skills, and it runs for 4 weeks, the enrollment for that is going to open on March 1st, and then the course will start 1 week later. So
Man, I am so upset that like all these courses and stuff are happening like at the beginning of March. Like, why is my exam on March 16th? Because like the Smart Art School is starting like the week before my exam. This course is starting the week before my exam. If I didn't have my damn exam, I would take like one of them. Wow, 15 viewers. Who are you? Who are you all? Giving volume to the gestures, shapes, using the ellipses gets addicting over time, not gonna lie. That sounds like a lot of fun. I really want to do that. Damn exams. I know. These damn exams! But I guess like once I pass and I get like buckets of money, I can take as many courses as I want. So I guess I gotta keep that on the brain. All right, so I'm gonna get started with today's Croquis Cafe practice session. Myth, can I tempt you to commission me so I can order pizza? Badly. Sure. I know, I want that money. Money. What was I gonna say? Those moving poses, they were such a controversy last year. Oh my god, I thought it was like, I died, everyone else died, and they all complained, and it was kind of amusing but ridiculous at the same time. So basically for those who do not know, they had, usually for the Croquis Cafe sessions, like the models, they do their pose, hold it for the whole time period, and then you draw the pose. But for these poses, for one day, they had she was washing herself and moving, and she was doing things, moving around, and everyone was like, oh my god. They were either freaking out or they were just like, I just paused it and I didn't do the moving part. And there was an issue last year as well because they didn't coordinate the lessons with the poses at all. So yeah. So I'm glad they're at least gonna acknowledge it, teach you how to deal with it, and then do it. One year they need to just straight up get a pole dancer. They totally should. Can I volunteer? I'm not a pole dancer, but I'm willing to learn. Pole dancing is hard. I feel like I would get fit by doing it. Does anyone want to sponsor me? Pay for a month of pole dancing classes. Well, I feel like I need more than a month because I'm really out of shape. Follow a couple pole dancers. That's pretty cool. A friend of mine does pole dancing and she's rather overweight, so it's hella impressive because her legs must be so strong. Yeah, that sounds so tiring. You know, I guess it's like pull-ups, right? Like the lighter you are, the easier you can do a pull-up, but also the harder because you need, like, usually if you're lighter, you don't have as much muscle, and like, I don't really know actually. I don't know how this works. Hello. I have no idea what that says. I've seen the bruises. Oh gosh. That's a struggle. Let's figure out things. You'd have so many bruises, you'd look like you'd been run over. I've seen the bruises. Wow, that sounds insane. It really makes you admire pole dancers. I totally admire pole dancers. I mean, like, the amount of core strength it takes to do what they do. I don't know. Just like as a very weak person, I am very weak. I don't really know what else to say other than that. Just that I am weak. Weak crew. Yeah, everyone keeps saying like I should work out more, and I totally should. I just like don't want to. I don't understand you, Vita. You're so sweet. Hi, thank you. Okay, let's get started. If anyone wants to draw along with me, follow the link below and scroll down to the bottom to get to Figuary Day 21. Nude models, of course, so please what? Don't nude model if you don't want a nude model. I need to work out too because weight loss equals surgery and better meds, but I need to be careful not to overdo my wrist. Oh no. You can always like do squats. Squat gang. You just need too much workout. Huh? More on art. Art. Draw with feet. There we go. That's the what, the 4D chess strat. Okay, let's do the arts.
I'm Larry Withers, and this is day 21 of Figuary 2020, Figure Drawing Month. Today, we're presenting another drawing session featuring 180-degree poses, where we place the model on a turntable for one pose, and when time is up, we rotate the model 180 degrees for a second pose. It stands to reason if a pose looks good from one angle, that the same pose should be interesting when it's flipped. Before you begin drawing, please visit our colleagues at Love Life Drawing for solid drawing instruction. Remember to post your drawings to Instagram, #Figuary2020. Enjoy today's drawing session, and we'll meet back here again tomorrow.
Oh my god. I'm nervous. Gosh. 4 1 minute 180-degree poses. Does that mean front and back? Anyway, I'll just get drawing. It's easy today, lol. And these are pretty cute. These aren't like the worst. Just casual. Just gotta keep the pen moving is the most important part. Or I guess like you don't have to keep the pen moving, you just have to like keep progress moving, right? Because you can stop and think, but don't like start daydreaming. I tend to do that. I feel like I'm doing self-harm whenever I flip my art. Oh my god. Man, this pose is kind of wild. Not like difficult to draw wild, but just like looks hard to hold. Damn. Many drawing. It's very relaxing. I would just like to say, why am I literally like the most procrastinator on the face of procrastination land? I was gonna get up today and study, or at least go out and do some shopping, but no, I did neither one. Damn it. Instead, I turned on the heater, and it was like really relaxing, so I just like laid in bed for a while. And then my roommate was like, y'all wanna do a game night tonight? And I was like, oh, damn it. Like, I can't stream at my normal time if I wanna do game night. So then that got me to hop on here a little early. Oh man, there's a lot of chats happening. Oops, I'll get to that like when I can. And tomorrow, I'm supposed to meet up with my friend and we're gonna have lunch together and then we're gonna go out to like a life drawing session that's gonna take like 3 hours. Oh my god. Whoa, this song isn't over? Lol? Oh my god, there's so many things. I feel so much FOMO right now. I wanna read chat. Are you guys having fun without me? Oh my god. Wow, how did these two look so different? Jesus. Yeah, they look very different. Oh, that was it? Oh my gosh. Whew! All right, what happened up there? Okay, oh my god. It is easy today, lol. I feel like I'm doing self-harm whenever I flip my art. When I get enough time, I'm gonna send a couple portraits to this old man and that one guy with the dog. The wind just blew something into my window and scared the shit out of me. Oh, you're not, girl. Trust. Gotta head out and get some stuff done before heading to a concert. Oh, bye. I got Monday and Tuesday off. That's good. Yeah, I hate when I procrastinate with honest intentions to be productive later. Evil Super X, welcome to the mythology where talent is a myth. Woo! Now let's turn on the music. It's a little quiet without it. Okay, then I do the last minute plans with no time to do what I plan to do. Yes, I relate. Whoa, Domino's opens up till 1:30. Makes me feel guilty. Yeah, totally. Like, sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get up early tomorrow. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna do this and that. Like, I should just not. And just, I don't know. Okay, so on the one hand, I've been, like, a lot of people say, like, you know, just, like, go to bed. There's nothing that you can do now that can't wait until the morning. Which is, like, fine and good and all. But, like, I'm in the mood to do it now. In the morning, I'm not gonna want to do it. And then I won't. You know what I mean? There's a really good TED Talk about procrastination on YouTube. Yeah, you talk about the 5-second rule. It's good. I really love it. I need to use it more. People like us without any deadline would procrastinate even more. It's not too bad delaying to the last days before. We learn by our mistakes. The Tim Urban TED Talk, I remember reading the original blog post. It was pretty good. The monkey on the head, blah, blah, blah. Gotta steer clear of the dark playground. I guess I gotta look that up. Lamau, hi. Video games are primarily what keeps me procrastinating. If only one could just do it. My chronic depression and constant dark thoughts are what keep me from doing stuff. I've never done the 5-second rule because I would feel like I would outsmart the tactic. I highly recommend giving it a try, actually. But when I used it, it had great, like, consequences on my life. And read her book, too. There's, like, an audiobook version on YouTube. That's, like, the full version of the audiobook. She is really cool and funny and smart. Yeah, you say, you have an inkling of a thought, and you're like, you know, maybe I should, whatever. And you say, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you have to start acting toward it. Like, you have to get up, you have to, like, do some sort of action to start doing it. And I don't know, it was really good. And, like, the part about it that I like the most is where she talks about introverts and extroverts, and how, you know, some people are introverted and some people are extroverted, and you might feel like if you're introverted, then you have less confidence. And if you're extroverted, and if you're introverted, you see all these extroverted people talking and being really lively and outgoing, and you must think that they're so confident. But that's not true. Some people are just, you know, they just talk to talk. They talk because they feel like they should, not because they're confident in what they say. But once you do the 5-second rule, once you prove to yourself that you can get up and you can do things and you can be successful and productive and accomplish things, then that's how you gain confidence, like real confidence that, like, permeates you and not just gets you talking. Like, that's the start of it. But then, like, when you prove to yourself over and over that you can do it, is when you gain your confidence. Confidence isn't just a belief. You can't just believe in yourself and then be confident. You have to prove to yourself that you can do it by doing. Another one I really like is to set a timer for 5 minutes and then just do whatever I need to accomplish for just 5 minutes. Usually I get a lot more done than I think I would, and it often gives me the motivation to do more. Definitely, like the hard part is starting, the easy part is keeping on going. And that's where the 5-second rule comes in. Like, it'll get you started, it'll start that engine. I use it for cleaning my apartment. Whenever I have important things to be done, the apartment just magically cleans itself. And by important things, I mean other than cleaning the apartment. Ridiculous. This is a gorgeous pose, and I want to draw it again, just for funsies. My anxiety makes me talk, and I'm one of the most insecure people you'll ever meet. Yeah. No, I feel you too. Sometimes when I get nervous, I talk a lot. It doesn't mean I'm confident. It just means I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I use it as like a coping mechanism. Like one day, I want to have that real confidence. I want to have that true confidence where I believe in what I say, and I believe, that I can do things. Until you do things, you won't believe that you can do things because you haven't shown it and you haven't proven it. And until then, you shouldn't be confident in your abilities. Like, not everyone should be confident in everything. You have to demonstrate that ability. I think I might be getting a drawing monitor, but I don't want to buy a bad one on accident. Today I got back into using my tablet too, and being accurate and fast, it's goddamn hard. What's your budget? If your budget's like $400, pick up an iPad and an Apple Pencil. You will not regret it. I could do 400, but I've been spending too much lately. I've been seeing good reviews for the Wacom one. Which one? Oh, 1 is the model. Screw the Wacom one. What's wrong with the Wacom one? I don't know anything about this. It's a long-term investment though, I suppose. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you can always wait like an extra year or a few months to pick up the iPad, but I definitely recommend it. Like, it's super great. The battery lasts quite a while, and plus it's capable of doing more than just drawing. You can like share your art to Discord or wherever you want directly from the iPad, which is super convenient for me. Nah, buy a screenless tablet. Cheap gang, rise up. Wacom 1 is like way too fucking expensive. Am I right, fellas? What is the Wacom 1? Wacom 1. The whole point of it is to be affordable? No way. Yeah, there's no way I'm buying a tablet for $400 when I can get a whole iPad setup for $400 and it does more than art. I don't know. Wacom is just getting priced out of the market by great tools that are not as expensive. And plus, like, now you need a computer to plug that into, right? Overpriced for what it's worth, 13 inches, and it's 400 euros on Amazon here, while the XP Pen Artist is like $270 during Black Friday week on Amazon. I have an XP Pen Artist 15.6 that is now just like regularly selling for $300. Back when I got it, it was like at $370 and it was like on sale for $300, but now it's just $300 all the time. And it's 15 inches. The Wacom 1 is like 13 inches and it's $400. Yeah, it's almost 16 inches, 15.6 inches. It brings me no pleasure to admit that the iPad plus Apple Pencil is probably the best digital drawing platform. How large is your iPad? This is the 9.7 inch model. I will never get one because of my hatred of Apple. Man, I am getting converted because my boss is a former Apple engineer, and everything at the office is Apple, and I'm doing iOS app development, so I can't really avoid the Apple. I mean, a lot of Apple is like going in a weird direction. So like all the MacBooks are older because like the newer features are stupid. But like the AirPod Pros look really cool. Like they have the transparent mode where you can like they have microphones on it to listen, so you can listen to your surroundings while you're listening to your audio, so you don't like, so you still have hearing. And apparently it works really well and amplifies it, like, so they're basically like a pair of hearing aids, and you can hear way more than you normally would if you turn them up a bit. I don't have anything against the products themselves. It's decent stuff, but their business practices are draconian. I don't like wireless headphones regardless of brand. You know, that's fair enough. I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything. Like, I am not an Apple fanboy. I don't care. I have my $300 Poco phone. But I gotta say, some of their stuff is pretty cool. If not overpriced. But the iPad is definitely like 100%, I'd say, the most affordable, accessible, portable drawing platform out there right now. I feel like if Apple wanted to make some decently priced portable tablet for only drawing, they'd pull off device of the year. Totally. I mean, but like, the iPad is not expensive for like, when you compare it to other drawing tablets, even as a drawing tablet. And having that ability to, to browse Discord on here and post my art straight onto there, to manage my YouTube stuff straight from here, to check my emails, and, like, just watch Netflix on it, because tablets are great for that. Like, yeah, I don't know. I never really understood tablets before, like, because I don't like using them as a primary device, and it definitely would not replace a laptop for me at all, or a desktop computer. But if you want one for art, having the additional features just like makes your life, that little bit easier. Honestly, I would buy this purely as an art device because it's just that good. It's that portable, it's that light. It has the battery life, it has the sensitivity. Plus the resources and support, right? Because so many people use Procreate. There's a lot of brush packs out there, there's a lot of tutorials, and I honestly feel like that makes a huge difference in terms of like how good a platform is. Procreate is $10. Yeah, you buy it once. It's not a subscription like Photoshop is. It's a $10 app. I won't paint digitally without a keyboard. That's fair enough. You can connect a keyboard to this thing. Yeah, and the iPad Pro comes with a keyboard, I think? Or maybe you're just supposed to use it with a keyboard. I don't remember. This is not the Pro model. Hi, Luca Scarlett. Or Lula. Why did I say Luca? I don't think Procreate uses keyboard. Yeah, I don't think it does either. Yeah, it's all gesture control stuff. Which, you know, I haven't minded at all. I am definitely a fan. I mean, the controls were definitely a bit weird to learn at first, but there's a lot of customizability with like what you want things to do. Like before, like default, like you do the brush if you use your finger. However, I set it so that like using your finger sets it to smudge, which is like a pretty cool and intuitive thing that you can do. It just feels like a waste, probably because portability isn't one of the things I need. Then yeah, maybe it wouldn't be the best for you. But for me, portability is super important. And plus, like, I get to do things I didn't think of before. Like, I take this thing to my life drawing. Like, there's life drawing sessions at like the local art association. I just prop this up on one of the easels and I can do my life drawing on the go. And it has the battery life to last for the whole time. And I can also take this to Starbucks and just like sit at the Starbucks and draw. Portability is something I need, which I have with my Cintiq. Yeah, portability is important to me. But everyone values things differently, and that's like totally fine. I use like 25 keyboard combinations. I don't remember the last time I used keyboard shortcuts. Imagine using your Cintiq 27 on your super high-tech studio gaining 1K per piece. Yo. Are there good shortcut options with Procreate? What do you want to do? Like, tell me things that you would want to do and I'll tell you if I know how to do it in Procreate. I'm not a Procreate expert. And like, as y'all know, I've just been like making sketches and stuff. So I don't need anything too advanced. But yeah, like describe what you want to do and I'll see if I can figure it out or look it up or if I just know it already. Control Z, double tap on the left side of the screen. Yeah, there's a button. Let me move this. So there's the undo and redo over here, or I just double tap on the screen with two fingers and it does an undo. New layer and merge layer down below. So to do a new layer, oh gosh, I have these things all covered up. So to do a new layer, you just click on the plus button right here. And if you want to select two layers and merge them together, how do you do that? Let's see. I know you do this to like, I guess you can group them. And I think you can flatten down that. Basic, easy stuff, redo, easy changing of brush sizes, opacity, making layers. So yeah, that's grouping and you can merge from there. And then right here is the brush size and right here is the opacity. Yeah, so like all the basic stuff is really accessible, and you can also change what does what in the preferences. Like for smudge, you can set it to touch, like your Apple Pencil can do smudging. You can hold down like the Wonder button plus a touch, Wonder button plus an Apple Pencil. What I do is I have the eyedropper, which is tapping down the like the square button on the side, you see? Like square button plus like touching will give you the dropper. There's a lot of other things as well. Honestly, anything will work as long as it's not my hand-sized Intuos. And you can also do quick shapes. Like, these are common angles that it's snapping to. I guess this is like 0, 15, 30, or I guess this is 45 and whatever. It can do quick shapes like that. There's a lot of cool features on here that aren't immediately apparent because, you know, it keeps a very clean interface. I'm so indecisive. I think my route will be fine, but I can't make up my mind about pros or cons. Which pros or cons are the best for me? I mean, the best thing would be to hit up any friends you have and ask if they have like an iPad or a drawing tablet and try it out. But I don't know. I worry though. Metabang Studio is super ahead of everyone. Apple Store lets you play on the iPads, right? Yeah, you can just go to the Apple Store. I don't know if they have Apple Pencils out though for trial. Yeah, there aren't the most like grid things, but they do have guides. Let's see, where's the info for guides? Yeah. So you can change the color. You can do isometric guidelines. You can do perspective. Like there I can put down 2 vanishing points. Make them more opaque and thick. I can do symmetry guides. Like, it's pretty interesting. Oh, and there's the animation. So you have like the keyframes at the bottom. And you can do the play it, onion skin, and stuff like that. I like this perspective ruler thing in Clip Studio Paint. What about high resolution canvases? Does it run smoothly? Let's see. Right now I'm on 3840 by 2160, and depending on the size of the canvas and how much RAM your iPad has, it will limit the number of layers that you can create. Like, what do you count as high size? High resolution. And I can try to make it and see what happens. Yeah, like for example, for mine's like a pretty lowly budget iPad. It's like a 32 gig model and whatever. So I can only make 9 layers on these settings. But like an iPad Pro would probably perform a lot better, like on the intensive stuff. Yeah, okay, so I have it set so that if I'm like drawing with the Apple Pencil, right? And if I hold down the square and then draw with the pencil, it'll erase. That's the setting I have it on. Probably 300 DPI, blah, 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 blah. It's fine. I don't need to see if it's gonna explode. Keep drawing. Nah, this is probably gonna be it for me. And then I can talk a little bit more. But then I have to get to studying, which is gonna be fun. Love it. This is really interesting. I don't know. I've always loved this. So let's do a new canvas. Let's say 5,000 by 5,000. Wait. That is definitely the wrong. Okay. So it'll give me 4 layers on a 5,000 by 5,000 pixel 350 DPI piece. And you can do different color profiles, and you can set it so that the video that it exports is different, different qualities. So here's my 5,000 by 5,000 canvas. Let's play with the gouache max pack. Whee! Oh wait, yeah, let's do a sketch and then paint it. Yeah, I'm curious what you're gonna choose. Alright, let's do some hills. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know what landscapes are. Alright. And then in the distance we have our mountains. Yay! Some of them, they list, can be used left-handed as a pro. Yeah. Like, the XP pen, it's because, like, the buttons are on one side or another. Yeah, because, like, for the XP pen 15.6, you can flip it upside down so then the buttons are on the right side, right? Because otherwise, you're holding the stylus and you have to push the buttons with the same hand, and that's really inconvenient. Like, I say if you're left-handed, definitely go for one that can be flipped and used left-handed, because otherwise it's so annoying. Procreate has a setting for left-handed. I guess if you're right-handed, then it doesn't matter, right? You just use left-handed keyboard, lol. Yeah, sad though, because a lot of high-rated ones aren't lefty-friendly. Well, the world was not built for us. It sucks. It's just like, that doesn't matter for 90% of people, right? So why cater to that? It suck though. It really do. It suck. I know. Yeah, what are the higher rated drawing tablets these days? Spiral notebooks. Yep. Bob Mythros. Ah, yeah. Look at my high quality landscape paintings. Yo. Spiral notebooks are issues for right-handed too when they write on the left side. Yeah, but it's a lot easier to like, I don't know, it just feels more normal to write only on the fronts of the right pages than, right, you know what I mean? Because sometimes like if it bleeds through, then I'll write only on one side. But that means every single page is an issue for me. Whereas for a right-handed person, if they skip pages and only write on one side, then like they have no problems at all. The thing that bothers me about people complaining about spirals is that you can write on the left side and not on the right side. There's no law saying you have to write on the right page. It just feels weird, okay? It just feels weird. The world was not built for us. It just feels funny. You can't understand something feeling funny and not wanting to do it. I grew up left-handed. It was never an issue for me. It definitely annoys me. Are there textured screen protectors for the iPad? Yes, there is one that people really like. Let's see. Yeah, it's called Paper-like. People love this stuff. I'll send a link. I don't get it myself because I like the smoothness of the, why would you use a spiral bound in school? What do you mean? This is the normal type of notebook. Everyone makes you get it. Like, this is how it works. What do you mean by flip the notebook? Okay, one year I did try to flip the notebook. Like, I wrote like upside down and then I flipped it over and I wrote it upside down and I flipped it over. It was just annoying, okay? It was just annoying. Just flip the notebook. How would you feel if like all your notebooks had to be used upside down because like nobody thought about you? Interesting. Yeah, in America, like all the notebooks are spiral bound. If it's not spiral bound, then how is it bound? All the desks in college are right-handed. That's right. All those desks with the little table and the chair connected, they're all right-handed. It's bound with a soft cover. I've never used a non-spiral bound notebook for school before. Me neither. I still have no idea what you're talking about. Soon the day will come and right-handed people will pay. I don't know what you're talking about. In America, a spiral bound notebook like this is a normal notebook. A composition book. Yeah, composition books are not like normal for us. We only use them in like science classes in lab. And plus, like, they don't stay open. They're really annoying. I hate using composition notebooks because they keep trying to close on me. What do you mean? A book without the rings? That would just be a pile of like loose leaf paper. Yeah, I think we're talking about different notebooks because like I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Like, when I think composition book, I think of this. Yeah, let's just go to the computer, okay? Like, this is a composition notebook, and they're really shitty, and like it's so hard to keep them fucking open. Let's see. America is scary. Look at the Discord. What's going on in the Discord? Yeah, I've never seen a notebook like that in any store in my life. So I guess this is definitely an American thing. Oops. Yeah, this is what I think of when I see a composition notebook. It looks like this, and it's bound like that. As you can see, like it just stays open and it won't, or it stays closed and it won't open. And it's like the most annoying thing in the world. We have them here, but I wouldn't buy it again. We don't have those books in the UK. Those are staple bound, right? Yeah, I think these are staple bound. So they're like the worst. IDK, even the fancy bound Canson art books don't stay open, so I have to use the cheap spiral bounds. Yeah, like I hate anything that doesn't stay open. Like, damn it. All right, y'all, I'm adding in that atmospheric atmospheric perspective. I feel like I need to do some blue up in here, some like blues. Atmosphere. That's right. Atmosphere. Atmosphere. Yeah, that's wild to me. I grew up using only spiral bound notebooks because those were like the normal ones. They're like, you know, the cheap ones that you can get like in packs of 10 at back to school sales. Okay, see ya, have a good night. So yeah, this is my masterpiece. I like to call it Atmosphere. I am going to get studying now, so thank you everyone for hanging out with me and while I was doing the art things. Then again, our school system didn't make our students buy their own notebooks. What? What? You get school supplies? Like in our Walmarts, they have like displays with school supply lists for all the classes. Yeah, like every year before school starts, you have a back to school sale and you have to print out your school supply lists and go buy everything on the list. Like it was scissors, glue sticks, notebooks, pens, pencils, notebook paper, folders, and like page protectors and all kinds of stuff. And you can order school supplies from the school. They would put together boxes where you can pay like $100 or whatever, and they would give you everything you need. That's like crazy. Our classes are all color and size coordinated, so the teachers could make sure they didn't get their books mixed up. Hell world. I know. Well, I mean, I guess so. That's so weird. Because, like, growing up, every year we had to do our back to school sales. And all the stores would have, like, deals on all the school supplies. They would have the lists printed out in the store, organized by school district and grade and everything, so that you could pick up exactly what supplies you needed. So, like, a lot of schools make you buy classroom supplies. Yeah, that's right. I remember buying, like, every year you had to bring in, like, they would assign different classroom supplies to different groups of students. So like 5 people would have to bring in tissues, and like 5 people would have to bring in hand sanitizer, and 5 people would have to bring like some other things. So like the classroom could actually have things. Wow, this is so weird, because like growing up that was normal for me. Like we all had to buy our own school supplies and whatever. Wow. I'm kind of shook, y'all. This is like shookening to me, hearing about like in the UK, do you have to pay for school lunch? Yeah, in America, if you like, you have to bring in money to prepay for your lunch. And if you run out of money, they like stamp you on the hand that says like you need more lunch money so your parent will know. And if you get to like $20, then they like stop giving you food and they make you eat like a ham sandwich. I remember that happening a lot. And like I would get stamped, and then my mom would like write me a check for $100 to give to the lunch lady. Jesus Christ, vote for Bernie Sanders. I was free/reduced, and if I couldn't afford to pay, I would get shamed. Yeah. Well, yeah, they stamp you on the hand. They're just like, you don't have enough money. And like you would always see the poor kids with like their ham sandwiches. It was like really sad. They still give you lunch even if you don't have money. They never do that here. Yeah, like you can go into the red like up to $20. After $20, they're just like, no more food for you, kiddo. Eat your sandwich. Over here, it depends on the school. Some don't even stamp, so basically no food. Oh. We have an a la carte line, so kids with a lot of money could afford really good food. Yeah, that started in middle school for me. In elementary school, we all went through the same line, but in middle school, you could get like pizza and like other things. We also have breakfast clubs where poor children can come get free breakfast. Yeah, I never realized that's what it was for. We had breakfast as well. Like you can buy breakfast, but like, you know, of course, there were always like free and reduced kids. And I guess that's where they got their food. We had that during summer breaks. That's so sad that some people, you know, like their only meals come from school. Yeah, everyone, vote for Bernie. My boy wants to solve all these problems and more. My siblings and I would go to the school cafeteria for lunch during the summer. Wow. My foster mom was a dinner nanny, so she would show up and steal my food at lunchtime. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream for like a second and then I'll be back so I can export this into separate videos. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me today during Figuary day 21. And it was very interesting talking about all the pros and cons of Procreate. I'll see y'all in 2 seconds when I restart this stream under a different title.